Hello and welcome back. On the last episode, we met Charon, a artist who uses rubbish and garbage and trash to make their own art. They're a bit monotone, I believe they were described as, or at least how they spoke. So yeah, they kind of stick to themselves, pretty simple, and they were pretty relaxing. With that, we are on the second half and final half of second half. It's kind of redundant that one, but either way, we're on to the next half of volume 15. Of creativities, of creatives, conventional and otherwise, sorry. You walk with purpose, or you walk with a purpose. You don't really have a purpose, aside from friendship, of course, but you know these streets pretty well by this point, so you can at least strut like you've got one. Wanshi Adyata. Hey, now that you've gone and thought about it, the concept of purpose, you might as well make one up for yourself. You turn and walk towards the book hive. A handful of your friends hang out there, and there are a few rooms that are generally pretty danger-free, so why not? It's a little difficult to make your walk past the spookier rooms, but you manage to avoid the siren song of the brain room once more. Your destination tonight is the room you usually watch your teal friends do homework in. It's understandable. After your office experience with Torona, why this is the neutral meeting ground. Unfortunately, a casual stroll through the stacks uncovers no friends at all. Damn. You consider trying out a higher stakes locale when, wait, you see a shoe peeking out from one of the bigger hexagonal book hole things. Shelves? It really doesn't maximize space to the shelves shaped like that. It's true. Whatever. If you get caught up trying to make paltry stuff like that, like troll bookshelves, make sense, you'll drive yourself to madness before you can figure out if the shoe belongs to someone you know. You walk towards it, and the shoe is revealed to be on the strut pod of a troll whose head is barely peeking out over the book, and nope, a jade, but not one of your friends. Whoever it is curled up, smaller in the hexagon, but burying her face deeper into the scribble journal of a colourable wriggler. It's not the most inviting posture, to be sure. The polite thing to do would be to keep moving, probably, but you feel a little off about it. You gently nudge your foot into hers, where it still peeks out of the shelf, and ask if she's okay. It'll clear your conscience, if nothing else. The book lowers. I'm great. Just on a journey through of the imagination through some classic literature. Looks like the Diary of the Wimpy Kids, but as a troll book. Nothing to see here. Ah, man, it's another kid. You know young trolls have to handle themselves as much as the older ones, but as well acquainted as you are with the facade of pretending you know you're exactly what you're supposed to be, you get the feeling she's not exactly telling you the truth. So you're equipped to help. Plus, it's not like you haven't befriended a few tween sweep equivalents here on Alternia already. You successfully didn't get murdered by Amicia, and you did a passable job befriending Torona and Karako. Though, sometimes you wake up shaking, the remnants of the dream where you failed them are on loop in your brain, where they... You shake that horror from your mind and try to look non-threatening as possible. Not that it's particularly hard for you, as you speak. This is yelling by the sound of it. Well, I don't know, because obviously it's troll logic. So, asking if there's a guardian would be good normally, and ask if she's seen. Well, no. Would it be good normally? Because obviously, like the wrong people might ask that, and the answer might be no, and then bad things might happen. And asking if she's seen the brain room. Normally, it would be considered obviously scarring for a child, but they might be interested in it, especially since this is a troll. So what is let's ask if Bronya's around. Based on the idea that the logic is reversed. Did you come here with someone? Bronya, maybe? You know, Jade, her age, aren't really supposed to be outside, out and about outside the caverns. Oh, I see. You're a snitch. Wasn't she out? Ooh. And with that, she tucks her legs against her, and she rolls out of the shelf with the agility of only youth can manage to take off between the stacks. You chase after her, but wherever her next hiding spot, it must be even better. Eventually, you give up. Youth roll. Choom. And she is now Sonic. So yes, so she doesn't like Guardians. Okay then. And she's also not here of her own. You still get the feeling she might need some help. So you ease into it. Maybe she'll open up if you open up a bit as you talk. You tell her that this book hive has a huge gallery of brains in jars if she wants to go check it out. Whoa, what's a brain? I want to see. She unfolds herself from her hiding spot, brushing invisible dust off her skirt and as she stands up. She rocks back onto her heels and cocks her head up. Cocks her head. Her locks bouncing against her shoulders. I am Wanshi. Also, I know who you are. If you're wondering, or if you were wondering. I wouldn't go wandering off with just anyone, quest for brains or not. I may only be 5.5 sweeps, but I'm not stupid, ooh. She seems less afraid, but she's still got a nervous edge to her voice. So you try to be a force of calm. A force of calm, okay. A real a real Glade plug-in of Zen, stinking up the place with your chill vibes. You walk together towards the atrium, making a small talk on the way. You apologize if you made it seem like she didn't look like she belonged here. You're just not used to seeing young Jades outside the caverns. She side-eyes you as like she's weighing the implications of what you just said. Okay, I see there's no use trying to fool you. I may have done a small jailbreak. Oh. Do they not have enough books at the caverns or something? She brushes you off in favor of her own question. Of course, we have books. You didn't answer me before. What's a brain? Alright. You're on the curve of the room and point at the window. Think pans. Oh? On her tiptoes, she peeks into the bottom of the window. I've never seen one up close before. She tries the door handle, and it's still as locked as it always was. She looks at you expectantly. Well, we can go in, or what? Can we go in, or what? A surely-eyed guard stands, not so subtly watching you, drumming her fingers on the handle of her mace. Ah, globes. You were trying so hard to be cool and approachable that you messed up and forgot that this room is off limits. Taking a kid to break and enter is, well, it's pretty much on par for the course, actually, but it's not what you meant to be doing. Nah, you saw it. Looking only. And now you're done. Great. Time to move along. Ah, lame. Once she doesn't pick up on the danger behind her. Even if you hurried with your hurried speech, you change the subject to why she broke out of the caverns, if not for more books, and start walking, hoping she'll follow you. She doesn't. Oh, I was trying to get to BeastCon. It's a convention for all kinds of cool stuff, but I want to go for the Soldier Per Beast meetup. My fanfiction is pretty popular, Uwu. I have a lot of fans going, and I thought maybe I could make friends with some of them. But I don't know where anything is out there here, so I got lost. She takes a breath and a step, finally, but then stops and claps her hands together. Oh! The guard starts walking. You eyeball the exit. All the way down to the curved staircase. You could make it, but you can't just leave her here to take the fall. When she keeps talking, oblivious. Lenora is always complaining about how you're everyone's best friend and how you know so much. Do you know where the con is? Oh, we could go together. The guard gets closer, and you gotta make a decision fast. More yelling. Sure. Taking her is what she wants. Obviously, pretending to take her is not what she wants. It's more selfish and more. It means we'd be stuck with her as a friend. Well, she'd be stuck with us, so she could be a friend. So I think taking her is the wrong choice, right? So, anything to get you both out of here. Grabbing her hand, you say you know the way and make a run for the door. She whoops and scurries down the stairs behind you. A quick glance back at the guard taking her hand off the mace reassures you that you move fast enough. Once you're around the corner of the book hive, you stop to catch your breath. Why stop now? Lead the way, old alien friend. You wave her enthusiasm off. She's out of breath herself. She can hold her hoof fists for a minute while you locate your bearings about and think. Cool. I had to think about what the word they choose to use. You look up at this con. You looked up this con earlier when Tagiri and Potiphar invited you. They had said it was fun, and the death toll was high enough to be interesting and low enough to be manageable, and that you'd be safe with them. Still, you chickened out. You guessed changing your mind and going with would be okay. Could be okay. You're definitely anxious about bringing Wanshi along. But it seems like she's brilliant. She's brilliant. She's hell-bent on attending anyway. So maybe the best thing you can do is be a responsible chaperone. Plus, none of your friends make you feel better protected than Potiphar. Google Maps says it's not far. Nice. Not even a long walk. Welp, you've dealt with plenty of dangerous messes before. So what's one more? You're a regular Giles Corey for nonsense scenarios. Pile them on. Yeah, just pile them on. You bow and gesture down to the sidewalk that will lead you the way towards the outskirts of town. Wanshi curtsies and follows your direction. It seems like she doesn't need you to come up with the things to talk about. She's like a chatty sunflower, piled towards the bright newness of everything she sees, and chock full of commentary about it all. That's nice then, right? Wow, I've read all about Moonlight, duh, but seeing it makes everything glow and it's totally different. Look at the dew on this prickle frond. If you get close enough and look, you can see the reflection of your own eye and the moon's. You do as she does, and damn, if it ain't a bunch of orbs reflecting back at you, floating on the curve of the purple-green meniscus. Meniscus? Her curiosity isn't overwhelming or draining in the slightest. You tell her it's kind of nice, actually, to meet someone who is experiencing this place for the first time. Yeah. The caverns are fine, but there's so much to see out here. Oh well. Everyone else sneaks out. I don't know why it took me so long to try it. To try it. No, actually I do. Getting in trouble sucks and I hate it. But it worked out. Here we are, experiencing it all together. Yeah, You can feel your anxiety lifting, just a little. Just the part that's applicable to this particular situation. Still, that's a win. Walking and talking in the night makes time pass quickly. You ask her how she ended up in the book hive to begin with. I snuck out when Laura was supposed to be giving me some boring jade duty lesson, but with yelling. I don't have a palm husk, so I couldn't look up the con once I was away from my husk top. I just wandered till I gave up and found a book hive. That's a powerful nerd homing beacon she must have. Once she flexes. You know it. You smell what's around the corner before you can see it. Having sidestepped your fair share of corpses in your travels, and you've had your hand in creating a few more, you know how to prepare yourself. Wanshi, on the other hand, you know the brooding caverns aren't some diaper baby summer camp, for instance. But you're also not sure how much Viscera she may or may not have seen. No matter your respective levels of gore viewing experience, you both stop short when it comes into view. Whoa. She takes a tentative step towards what's left of the troll, and then retreats, hovering close to you. It feels like you should keep moving, like you should avert your eyes and carry on, or whatever the hell before the drones come and clean it up. But she's still staring. Her steps, when she finally takes them, are soft. She crouches down and leans in a reverent scrutiny. It looks different, not in a jar. You wonder yourself, as one she shakingly takes it all in, if bloodthirstiness is a trait only certain trolls were born with, or if they have it grounded into them by necessity, by expectation, by entitlement, by fear. Next, because your brain is wired around itself, you wonder the same about humans. Once she doesn't look away for a while, you go over and put your hand on her shoulder, and she stands up and walks away with you. There's no ceremony to it. No placing the leaves over the remains. No prayer. I don't get it. I don't get. She doesn't finish her sentence. She takes your hand and pulls you back into the direction you were walking. She looks confused. Like she's still trying to work out what she just saw. You guess you couldn't have given more. You guess you could have given her more time to process it, but you aren't sure. But you're not sure comprehending death is really a thing you can just figure out in the wilderness with an alien in one night. After a few minutes of silence, you point out the call of some flap beasts. She mimics it and smiles. Soon after, the pointy-topped tent of the con rises in the horizon. Once she tries running, dragging you behind her. Oh, here we come. She's vibrating out of her skin. You're basically doing the same, though it's less of an excitement thing and more of an emotional whiplash thing. Whatever, you can work with that. You attempt to dig into the new vibe as you walk up to the gates. There are vendors and artists and trolls all around. It's like some unholy combination of AnimeCon and Renaissance Fair. But with more people walking around spotting recently inflicted limps. Oh, okay. I just noticed something that was that'll probably be used. They'll probably be shown later, really, from Act 2. In an attempt not to focus on that, you look around for your other friends and ask her what she's excited to see and do here before her meetup starts. Does she want snacks? It looks like there are snacks. Yeah, I could want some frazzled saturine. Yeah, Frazzle Saturnine, Fluff Candy, and a bit. Cool. But yeah, there's a lot to do, there's a Cholware riding, for the cosplay competition. You cut her off. Doesn't she mean cosplay? Hold on. History. Oh, ignore this. Ignore this again. That's 3 times in a row. Roll back. Oh, the Cold Slay competition. I misread it. Anyway. Yeah, there are things, there are trolls you think might be in cosplay. Or maybe that's, they're just, like, how some trolls dress. Yeah, that too. If you don't want to get your, claws too bloody. Ah, jeez. There's the old nerves coming back. You really hope that bringing her here was okay. There are other young trolls roaming around, so you're probably good. You try not to think of the body you saw as an omen. There are bodies all over the place here in Alternia. You follow up your palm husk and consider your friends. You could message Polypa or Tagiri to see where they're at. But your thumb gravitates towards Bronya's Gripeful profile. Right when you decide you're being dumb and pocket your phone, a lot happens at once. Once she starts to pull you towards a dude in a utility kilt, handing out flyers. A bowel rendering sound rends, well, your bowels, and then a massive armored bear with a huge beefy biceps hurtles through the grounds, hollering and grinding tents and congoers alike into bent, splintered pulps. One she stares, frozen, as the beast rampages towards you both. Oh no. She whimpers and looks at you, comprehension and fear etched into her face. You did this. You brought her here. You let this happen to her, and she knows it. You picture hundreds of outcomes. A million. You want to work towards the end where you save everyone who hasn't already gotten squished, or elected grand human, and no one ever gets trampled again. But there's no time for that one. Instead, you pick up Wanshi, give her a quick hug, and throw her into the closet bush. The closest bush. The closet bush. With what's left of your adrenaline-filled noodle arms, what's left of your adrenaline-filled noodle arm strength, you reach out for the handle of the katana from a vendor rack and hopes to hope to God it's not only for display. You never felt less prepared to take something on in your life. You never felt more sure you had to. In the end, it's not a choice at all. The beast charges at you, teeth bared as rainbow bloody. You hold your position, pinky and ring fingers tight around the bottom of the handle, like Tagiri taught you. When it leaps to you, tackling you to the ground, you bury the blade into its chest. The Cholbear lays on top of you, the last of its life twitching out of its as it presses the life out of your lungs in return. Through your darkened vision, under the fury of deadweight pinning you to the ground, you see her. From the edge of the woods, eyes widen and watery with understanding. Once she picks herself up. Oh, I'm confused how this is the wrong ending, but okay. She was alive. We didn't die. So but yes, I'm confused how it is the wrong ending, but we did suspect it was. You've heard the con she's talking about. You were thinking about going with Tagiri and Polypa anyway, but the list of activities seem a little too dangerous, honestly. These past few months, you have been up to your behind in close calls. You'd quite frankly like to cut back on them, including, the one you're behind is currently embroiled in. You make some non-committal noise. Non-committal noise. That's for you to work out and tell her how to tell her. Once she crosses her arms and leans back against the brain room door, which the god really does not like, for her increased speed and mace brandishment is any indication. Okay, you say, you say, let's go right now. Your hype is contagious, even though you're completely faking it. She claps and bounces behind you down the stairs. A quick tug at her wrist pulls her out of the mace's trajectory as the guard chucks it at you from above. It thuds mightily against the wall by the door, and you both make it outside unbloodied. Nice. Checking behind you confirms that you're not being followed. You don't stop running till you're both safely around the corner. Once she giggles through catching her breath. Wow, that was a close one. Librarians, am I right? Librarians. She grins and takes your hand. Can you believe we only just met and we're already having bonding hijinks? I didn't think making a friend would be so simple. I can't wait to hang out even more at the con. Her smile is like a knife into your pusher. She's so excited about your budding friendship, and here you are, gutlessly hiding the fact that you have no intention of taking her from one dangerous situation to another. Maybe you should have agreed if you were. Maybe you would have agreed if you were in a braver mood, but you just don't know if you're up for more life and death babysitting adventures right now. What you should do probably is get her home. You don't tell her any of this, of course. Instead, you agree and check Google Maps. The con is down the road to the left. The caverns are down to the right. Leading her straight back home would be too obvious, so you take a meandering route. Everything you pass seems to impress her. The frankly bonkers range of architecture styles, the shivery carnivorous plants, the burned-out wreckage of someone's hive, the flickering starlight all around. She's observing a worm crossing the sidewalk. Oh, out here exposed, all squishy and so brave, oh. When you point out a cool rock, eager to keep her wonderment going. Really? She puts her hands on her cocked hip. You think we don't have rocks in the cavern? Try harder. She rolls her eyes at you, but still grinning. You accept the challenge and tell her there's something she's definitely never seen up ahead. Bring it. You lead her the way. It's been a hot minute since you went back over here. You were interested to see it again. Still, this side jaunt feels like delaying the inevitable. You know she's going to be annoyed at you when she realizes you tricked her. But you can't help wanting to show off more cool stuff while you can. Anything to see the wide-eyed appreciation for any tiny new view. What's left of your spaceship comes into view as you round the bend. There really isn't that much left to show off, but once she is still into it, she runs over and starts inspecting the rubble. You wonder what happened to the freshly missing parts. Maybe Vikir has come back to scavenge some more. Crap. Vikir, you haven't talked to that guy in forever. You vowed to text him later tonight, but you still feel guilty. It's hard to juggle all these beautiful friends, even with how viscerally you crave them. Viscerally? Anyway. You want to be good for everyone, but there are so many things you can mean, and you've never stopped feeling like you're treading water. Once she emerges from the hole, clambering up onto the top of the black metal box and waving around some indestructible rusty nonsense. Oh? There are so many fiddly little parts. This was how you got here. This was how you got here. She observes you for a second, and then you, no, hold on, I need to go back a bit. This is still not working, okay. She observes you for a second or two, then nods at her approval. That's pretty cool. Any old idiot can wreck a ship. It takes someone with brains to break out of the brooding caverns. Well, when you put it that way, you're completely right, Hua. She winks and pockets some of the pieces. Are you ready to keep moving? I don't want to miss the meetup. And it's happening right after the Hosoroni jousting. Cool. Which should be ending pretty soon. You're not sure what to tell her. For some reaon, Vikir won't leave your mind. Your sorry behind hasn't managed to keep up with all the friends you did earn. Maybe it's for the best that you're deciding to take her home. Her safety is more important than her liking you. You sigh and start to fess up. Even if she left here now, you're far enough away from the con grounds that you'd miss it. You were afraid to go. Afraid she'd run off if you didn't stick with her. Afraid of not knowing what to do next. You what? You made me miss my one chance to do something fun for a change? Just because you're too much of a scaredy purbeast to go to a fun nerd party? That wasn't just that. You also wanted to keep her safe, to take her home. She stomps her foot in frustration, tears forming in the corner of her eyes. Why do you think you can just make make decisions for other people? Why don't you? Why don't you go home if it's so great? Your mouth shuts. Words gone. She follows your gaze back to the wreck for your only shot to get out and winces. I didn't mean. I know you can't. I just wanted. She sits down on the grass, defeated. You sit too, a ginger distance away. No, her anger's fair. God, this sucks. You hadn't meant to be. You didn't mean to deprive someone of a small joy here on this, harsh place of an Alternia. Yeah, that's just the worst. She sighs and runs her claws along the top of the spiny purple grass. Sorry, spiny. After a few minutes of silence, she speaks. It's too late to do anything about it now. I'm still super angry with you, but I'm glad you were honest, I guess, even if it took you too long. I'm not used to people being straight with me. I feel like the older everyone gets, the more they lie, or at least the more annoying it is that they don't expect you to notice when they're lying. Not that I'm super. Not that I can tell super. Not that I can super tell how old you are. Oh, okay. Your alien physiology is a little inscrutable, but you know more or less. Your palm buzzes, interrupting your train of thought. You both look at your two new texts. Are you sure you still won't join? Things are beginning to get interesting over here, and you may have the privilege of seeing me at peak performance if you come by. Stay put. There's a trollbear on the loose. I don't want you on the already very long casualty list. You do a quick Google, and holy cow. Social media is already on fire with the news of the con attractions getting free and mangling attendees left and right. The familiar ghostly feeling of a near miss shivers down your back. Whoa. Her eyes pulled together as she works through the images she's seeing in the screen. And that is, what it could have meant for her. She's still a little teary from before. Yes, thanks. Not that you did it on purpose, but I guess it. Ooh, God, oh no. What was it? History. There we go. Roll back. See, I don't know why the menu's not working. But it worked out okay. For some reason, the menu has a lot of issues today. I don't know, not being trampled, but it still sucks I didn't get to make friends. You don't want to be too presumptuous, especially after that, but maybe the day might still be salvageable, new acquaintances-wise. Once she blinks back at her disappointment, and puts on an attempt to smile. Maybe. Might as well see. What was she going to do with her new friends? Maybe on your way back to the caverns, you guys could talk about soldier Purbeast or scary horse jousting. Or what else she wanted to do there? She stands up and crosses her arms, looking at you. Crosses her arms, looking at you over, and her smile turns real. You think you've got what it takes to roleplay? You stand up too. You're super cool with roleplay. You've basically been doing that since you landed. So what's the deal again? You ask as you start walk home. Magic cats? Magic? What are you? Some kind of What are you? Some kind of wriggler? Uh-huh. Okay, cool. No, there's no magic in Soldier Purbeasts. She rolls her eyes at you and then hunches her shoulders, claws spread, eyes darting from bush to bush along the sidewalk ahead of you. Unless you mean power in your own wits, the sorcery of all your senses aligning at once as you get ready to pounce. The hypnotic spell-like rhythm of your own pusher beating in time with your praise. She straightens up again and grins. That kind of stuff, oh. Anyway, it's really fun. Let's play. She bounces back so fully. You get the feeling that not too many people indulge her on this. It reminds you of your younger self, and your heart crunches up a bit. Yeah, let's play. You mean heck yeah. Don't patronize me. Yeah. When she giggles. Yeah. No, yeah. Okay, so a little lost you can be from the Space Cast. Let's call you a Twinklepaw. I'll be Wild Wisp from the Solar Glare clan. Ooh. She clearly seems to think you should be impressed or intimidated by this, but you don't really know what's going on, so you nod. Twinklepaw, got it. So you'll stumble upon me while I'm taking down a nut creature, scaring it away with your incompetence. Sound good? Cool. She peppers a walk and skips. Sorry. Talking up a veritable storm of world building. World building, not word building. Well, she's using words to build it. Her voice gets low and rumbly when she quits setting up the scene to get into character. Little one, what do you think you're doing? Setting Strutpaw in our territory. You've made me lose my creature feast. What do you have to say for yourself? Oh man, it's your turn. You didn't see where you were going. You're sorry though. You know how hard it can be to come by a good meal. Fool, you think I'm more? You think me so poor to tracker that I'm hurt by such a loss? I can find another. I find offense only I find offense only in that you clearly do not respect the bond between hunter and hunted. You blunder in, interrupt the sacred rhythm of my fangs, its neck, and its claws, my face. Now, neither of us can know who would have prevailed. Ah, jeez. You're still really sorry about your strip paws. You're constantly sticking those into other people's sacred dances. Maybe there are more nut guys over there. Once she stops and giving you with a withered look. Is it really the best you can do? No, you'll try again. How dare this Purbeast accuse you of such a thing? Your intentions are noble as the wild pusher that thumps in your bones cabinet. Once she bounces, hands in fists, grinning. Oh. A little over the top and not really the Starcast approach, but you're getting there. You practice finding your soldier's characterisms sweet spot, and you walk with, her home. You take the most direct route, but you let her stop and to explain Purby's grooming habits, to breathe in the rotting perfume of a flower, and to appreciate yet another sidewalk braving worm. Eventually, you reach the cave entrance, you know. Oh, hello there. Standing under this eave is Lenora, a very annoyed-looking Lenora, which isn't your favorite mode for that particular friend. Where have you been? I said I'd be right back. Not hey, go run off and leave me to make excuses for you. Well, I'm back now, so you can get over it. I know you won't tattle. You don't want Bronya to know that you lost track of me, Hou. Watch yourself. Lenora glares fireballs at her, and then turns to you, softening a tiniest bit. Oh, thank you for bringing the short one back. Do you want to come in? You appreciate her politeness, but no. You should go and let the Jade Cell down and everything. Plus, you have another friend you need to check up on. Before you can say anything to Wan Shi about how you hope she ends up having an okay time, she scurries off around the corner, calling back over her shoulder. Wait, I have something I want to give you before you go. So you wait. Oop, that's so many mistakes today. Roll back. Lenora keeps looking at you, still arms crossed. You better be glad she's okay. If she got hurt, I could never. I mean, I would be in so much trouble. You don't have to call her on her secretly caring, because once she comes running back with something in her hands, her hair bound behind her. Here, read this. Maybe when you come back and visit me, you'll be a little more informed about Soldier Purby's universe. So, I only have one person to play with here, and he usually pretends he's too cool. So, like, he doesn't actually love Purby's Castorama. She bows a little as she offers the book to you. It's tattered with love. It's my personal copy, but I think I can trust you with it, Twinklepaw. What do you say, Hou? You clutch it to your chest and tell her you'll guard it with all the honor and Spitfire Starcasts he has to its whole name. Best book buddies. The art does not suit the small child. But I mean, that successful ending, that was pretty nice. Like, you know, she got to ramble on about her on about like a hobby she's that she's like really passionate in. So that was nice. Yeah. With that though, thank you for stopping by, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. With that, goodbye.